Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Valencia. I am a newfound content creator, a business owner, an esthetician. So today's video is going to be a get to know me video, kind of tell y'all about my journey, how I got here, how I started, get to know me a little bit more, just like kind of pick up the vibes, feel the vibes. So if you're interested in ever becoming an esthetician or a business owner, listen, it's best to hear from somebody that's doing it. So if you're interested and you want to hear what I got to say and get to know me, period, buckle in and listen to this damn video, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a little briefing about kind of like who I am, just like what I'm about. So, like I said, my name is Valencia. I am 26 years young. Started my business when I was 23, 22. So, kind of been in the mix for a minute now. I'm located in Philadelphia. If you know, you know. It's truly ghetto here. I don't know why everybody's coming over here, but y'all need to stop because it's ghetto. Um, so I have my license in cosmetology, believe it or not, even though I'm an esthetician. Um, I'm thinking about going back to school, y'all, because I want my RN license. Like, I want to be a nurse. I'm saying that's a license, but I mean it is. But I want to be a nurse. I want to do injectables. But that's neither here nor there. So that's kind of like a little bit of like background to who I am. Yeah. So my journey of becoming an esthetician was actually a very kind of ridiculous process. So originally when I was younger, I was always really into makeup and everything like that. And I told my mom I kind of wanted to go to like beauty school, but my whole entire family was like, "Oh, your GPA is too good. You need to go to college." So y'all went to college, went for fashion design. That's why you see the fits, the body, the hair, the makeup, period. It got together. Anyway, so unfortunately left after 2 years due to like kind of like personal issues that was going on. And after that, I was like, well, I gotta get my life together. So guess what I did, which I could have did from the beginning. I went to school, cosmetology school, beauty school. So that's where I kind of started. From there, obviously did my schooling. Since I went for cosmetology, usually like esthetician school is like anywhere from like 3 to 6 months. For me, it was like a year and like I think 2 months. Did that, graduated, worked at a company. From that company, COVID actually started, y'all, and I was so pissed. I was probably only in there for like a month. Everything shut down, came back, kind of like worked a full year at the company and kind of left and did my own thing. So that's kind of like a brief story of like my summary of how I kind of became an esthetician and doing what I'm doing. But I'm gonna get further into it, okay? So, like I said, since I was younger, I was always really into like makeup and fashion and stuff like that. Like, I had a cousin who she would always want me to do like her makeup for like photo shoots, everything like that. Like, my cousin, she was that girl. She was in also fashion, she was like in production, in like one of her own business. So, she was doing a lot. So, I was kind of like her little like mentor. So, I also had that kind of influence in me and just like my journey and everything like that. But so I would do people's makeups. They would pay me to do makeup, prom, whatever the case may be, weddings, everything like that. So I really started developing this interest in makeup. Like I would go to high school with full face. Who told me to do that? Y'all, and when I'm telling you like full face, I'm talking about like the blocky eyebrows and all that. Like you if the girls who know, they know, child. And I was like, we was looking a mess. I be looking at old pictures like, what was I doing? But so when I was in high school, I really, really, really was kind of considering just like going to like beauty school. But like I said, like I come from a family of just like doctors and pharmacists, all basically based in the medical like realm. So they was very much like, no, your GPA is way too high. Like you're not gonna go to beauty school, whatever case may be. So ended up going to college. Didn't hate it. It was actually great. Still had that creative freedom that kind of like fashion design kind of like entails you to have, because beauty is also very just like artistic in its ways. But obviously that didn't work out. I left and then went straight back into what I wanted to do, which, like I said, was like beauty school. So I went to Jean Madeline Aveda Institute. So since I'm in Philadelphia, I think there's like, I don't know how many locations, y'all, but all I know is I went to the one on Chestnut 40th. Great location, great education. I feel like it could be a little bit more inclusive, but the professors and teachers that I had there, they definitely did try to make it very inclusive. Um, so, like I said, for cosmetology schooling, it was almost like a year ish. So, stayed there for a whole entire year, did everything from braids, crimps, flats, flat ironing, nails, believe it or not. And I actually like internship with some like nail salons, and I was actually interested in that. Like my interest wavered, y'all. When I tell you I wanted to go originally for makeup, then I got into nails, and now I'm waxing. Don't ask me whatever is happening, but it happened. So having my interest switch so much, like depending on really what I wanted to niche into when it came into the beauty field, I mean, you had that space to explore, honestly. So like the beginning of school was really more so like workbook, everything like that, more like the technical side of things. And then you really had like the physical elements. So after probably like, I think 2 to 3 months is more so like bookwork, is technical. You're in the classroom, you're learning things. And then like you flipped outside of that into like obviously the salon floor. So then you're going to be doing, you start off with a lot of mannequin work and stuff like that if you're into cosmetology. You start off with a lot of mannequin work, everything like that. They also will transition you in and out of classes. Like I did learn some skincare. We did also learn a little bit of massaging techniques, products, makeup, everything like that. You would basically go from like floor work on working on mannequins until actually doing like physical clients. And y'all, physical clients, you get some tips, okay? Because that is slavery. I'm telling you, beauty school is low-key a little slavery. Because what? Because they still kind of make money off of the clients that are coming in for their students. Even though obviously it's discounted, it's still slavery anyway. But, so yeah. So then after that, you have the choice kind of like the last couple of months to start like studying for basically like your boards. Like you're going to have to get licensed. Please, y'all, stop going to these girlies that are not licensed but certified. Please stop doing that. Certifications are just additional things that should be added to build your repertoire, your skill sets, all the things, to build you as an esthetician, a cosmetologist, but you need your licensing. Under any state, you need your licensing to be a reputable like business or even like entity of beauty, right? Period. But so then you will be going through like obviously like studying for your tests, your boards, everything like that. I took mine while in school. You don't have to take it while you're in school. You can take it when you leave, but I took mine in school. Passed it. I don't know if I have that. Like, I should like post my passing because, okay, passed it on the first try too, y'all. It wasn't actually that hard. It was a lot of questions. I think it was like 120 questions, but like literally like the study guide that they gave us at my school was like literally the same exact things as on test, so I like aced it. So then already had my license when I graduated. Everybody was so hyped. Everybody was so Joe. So straight out of school, I was kind of internship at a lot of different places. Like I said, the nail salon, bro. I even did barbering, y'all. And listen, as a woman, especially if you kind of want to be in cosmetology, I'm not against y'all learning how to barber. One, the men tip great. You'll get the exclusive on the cute boys. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna come back anyway. So yeah, I was interning at barbershops, like skincare, like med spa, stuff like that. Believe it or not, small businesses in my heart. Small businesses, but from all that, like I know I really needed like a company to really like build my book, build who I was, build my skill, everything like that. So believe it or not, I go where every wax specialist starts out at. The hell, which is dun 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 EW, sir. So schooling took, like I said, like a year. So I started like 2019 to 2020. Literally graduated February 2020. Period to me. And started at EWC. I believe, I don't know if it was the end of February or the beginning of March. I think it was end of February, transition into March. So y'all, when I literally tell you, I only got like a couple of months in before everything was like shut down. Period. Cause whoa, sound the damn sirens, okay? Like COVID. I was pissed. Y'all, I was so irritated. But so then, and because I was in school, see, the thing about it was, okay, so when you work, if you work at a reputable company, business, whatever the case may be, or you're not a W-4, you kind of pay into unemployment. Y'all, when they kind of like was like, okay, everything's shutting down, we can't come back to work, we don't necessarily know when you're going to come back to work, is a lot of people were applying for unemployment and everything like that, and I was not able to. And this is an important part in my story, so I want y'all to understand why I'm even saying this, but I was not able to. So I had no resources, I'm sorry, y'all, to any unemployment, any food stamps, any of those things. So during the whole shutdown, I was dumb broke. I had nothing to my name. Like, luckily, I was kind of living in my uncle's apartment complex. He has like a multifamily, so like he was on one side, I was on the other, in our own apartments. So I would kind of like go over to him and be like, hey, can I have some food? Like, I was broke, y'all. But that's neither here nor there. That was an important part in the story, though. So I think this is at the time that now they're starting to implement those like red, yellow, and green phases. So for whatever reason, because I know we weren't non-essential, but during the yellow phase, they kind of like started bringing in like businesses that kind of were like, oh, semi-essential is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that. I don't know the actual technical terms they were using, but so then all like beauty people, even barbers, everything like that, were actually let back into work. So we were coming back into work, obviously, with new protocols for especially like the CDC, the distancing, wearing a mask, everything like that. So I was transitioning back into work. I was glad because I was like, okay, I need some money and I want to build my skills and everything like that. So obviously working. So a coworker, because this is also important in the story, y'all. A coworker was actually telling me about the PUA situation, right? So obviously, like at the time, Trump was giving like a $600 extra tax supplement or stipend to people who weren't able to traditionally go through unemployment. So I was like, oh, well, that sounds like my situation. So y'all, I applied for that. That took some time for them to get back to me. So in the midst of that, I'm also still working. I'm building my clientele book. I'm over here having a blast with my coworkers. I love my EWC girls. That's the only thing about working at a company, y'all. You meet some great women. I love them girls. Please. To this day, they'll still be my girlies. Honestly, some of them I still wax. And it's been how many years? Anyway. But so I'm probably missing out by like the end of the year-ish, coming to my end of the year basically, because I stayed at European for almost like a year. And I actually get some money back. Y'all, when I tell you I get $10,000 from that PUA. Now to some people that might seem like a little bit of money, but to me at the time, especially basically coming from like having nothing because I couldn't even work to having that, I was like, oh hell yeah. So also at the time, like EWC, like we had made the company $1 million, and they were like one of the newer franchises on the block. So now they're implementing this new thing where they're having like this like pay is basically essentially it was a pay cut. I don't know how they wanted to word it, girl. It goes in one ear out the next when it comes to money, especially when you're trying to like manipulate it. But so they were doing these pay cuts. I was like, oh, absolutely not. Some of the EWC girls I was working with, they were like, all right, let me see what this is. I was like, oh, absolutely not. So what I did, y'all, I, at the time, started writing stuff down about business plans, kind of like coming up with what I want to do, formulating everything like that. Obviously, the only skill that I really had when it comes to like being a beautician is like really waxing. So obviously, that's what I was going to have to run on. Also was searching for jobs because at the time I was applying to a lot of med spas, a lot of small businesses, everything like that. So it comes, I believe, to like now March or April of 2021. And I hear back from a med spa, a startup med spa that I actually do apply to. And now I have everything, even the money that I wanted and needed to start up my own business. Kind of how I became like a business owner. So while also kind of like getting my business together, I was working at this med spa. So this was like a startup med spa that was in like Paoli of Pennsylvania, close to like Chester and stuff like that. Still startup. So we will offer stuff like body cavitation, slimming, facials, dermabrasion, skincare treatments, waxing still. So it was a bigger variation of things. And she paid for my training, y'all, like to basically get licensed under CryoSkin and everything like that. Not licensed, but certified for CryoSkin. So that's kind of how I started to gather like a lot of skincare knowledge and techniques and everything like that. So alongside that, she knew I was kind of like starting up my business and everything like that. So she was respectable, at least to that. So y'all, when I tell you, so after I got that 10,000, I got to working. So with my uncle owning the whole entire building, like I said, that multifamily, he had like commercial properties at the bottom. So there's a foot doctor that's in the front of the building, and then on the side of the building is kind of like a little office space. I took the office space, and at the time, y'all, I have like pictures of this. Like, please, I was starting out from scratch. Like, It was like me and the cousin I was talking about, the one that has her own business, was like sharing the suite. So I would literally like have a curtain like connecting us, like, or disconnecting us, like, so she would have her side and I would have my side. So got that place together in like 1 to 2 months. I started servicing my clients, building, kind of like trying to transition my EWC clients to this location, even though you're not supposed to do that in EWC. Y'all ain't hear from me, okay? Hold on. I don't know how those clients came to me. I don't know how they found me, even though I stole the numbers. I didn't know. But so yes, so basically I was up and running, y'all. I was doing the thing. And y'all, let me tell you, when you start out, you're not going to get all this money. I know some girls would like to believe that, you're just not. You have to build your clientele book. So even with this new location, you have to do your due diligence. You have to show up. You have to do all the things. It just is what it is. So I was working both jobs, gained a lot of traction with my business, obviously through promoting for Instagram. The location I was at had pretty okay foot traffic, like buses would pass by and everything like that. A lot of word of mouth was how I got a lot of my clientele. And unfortunately, after a couple months working at the med spa, I feel like there wasn't enough client retention or just even client inquisition for me to stay. And especially also, I was going very far. Like where my salon is located, it's in Mount Airy, Philadelphia. So for me to travel all the way from there to Paoli, it was far, y'all. It was far. And that's gas money, that's back and forth, that's also spending my time. And sometimes I would come out for literally just like one client, which is fine because that's the process that you have to do. I want people to understand about being an esthetician. You're not just going to be popping off from the beginning. You're going to have to build a book regardless of what place you're in, whether it be your own business, whether it be somebody's company. You're going to have to build a book. You're going to have to build your reputation. You're going to have to build your skill sets, all the things. It just is what it is. So left that company at the med spa with the knowledge and just like very respectable. Like we left on great terms. I love her to this day. And was full-time at my business. And yeah. So that's a little bit about me, my qualifications, how I got into this, the vibes. Okay, I hope y'all was picking up on the vibes. But I think I'm going to go more into depth in certain things to kind of just like, like tie it all in. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, want to know anything, y'all, put it down in the comment section below. Like if you're inquiring about like how the schooling process was, what the test looked like, how much earning potential, because I ain't even tell y'all nothing about money, how much earning potential, marketing tips for estheticians, all the things, just ask the questions, y'all. I'm here to build this community, especially for budding estheticians, business owners, and also we can feed back and forth because honestly, y'all, content creation is so ghetto to me. I'm starting out on this. Obviously, y'all know I look good as hell doing it, but I even need tips myself. So yeah, so that's my story. I'm Valencia. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you like the content or you want to know more about what I'm offering, and share it with somebody that wants to either become like a beautician business owner or an esthetician or start cosmetology school, or just even wants to see a girl do her damn thing. Okay, a Philadelphian at that. Okay, my Philly girls, the 215s, they understand, period. But all right, y'all, bye.